Alright guys, so one of my favorite positions to really build some hip strength, really protect that low back, really get a lot of spinal stability is in the half kneeling position. The half kneeling position to me is important to integrate into your programming, into your training, into your workouts, just because you're going to reap a lot of benefits from it, especially if you're lifting heavy. We need our hips to function, to be honest. We need our hips to walk. I use them in jiu-jitsu, run, bike, row. I'm under the barbell, so I'm doing quite a bit of stuff that requires a lot of power that I need to generate from my hips. And it starts from the ground up. So with the half kneeling position, I really, coming from that tall standing posture that we have in a standing position, I'm going to apply those same concepts in a half kneeling position. So one of the main things that often gets neglected is pulling the hips under. We're still having to brace right here through the pelvis. So my tailbone isn't hanging out, I'm pulling it under. Same right here. Remember our three points on the feet. Big toe, press through the outer edges and make sure that heel is down. So I'm creating tension into the ground. My knee is nice and stable. And I have a cross corner here. I'm a very linear and visual guy. So think of myself, this is my base. If I scoot these lines together, I have a weak base. It's very narrow. I want to pull it out to where I'm technically still hip width distance apart. All I'm doing is sliding back, bringing that knee straight down, and I'm in my half kneeling position. Tucking those hips under. We're gonna do some stuff with the clubs, just because I think they're very crucial. Really just helps us connect that central nervous system to the body and kind of wake everything up for me. We've got two size steel clubs. I'm gonna use the lighter club, and then I'm going to show you the heavier club, mainly because there is a big difference. It's only 5 pounds, but there is a big difference because of this displaced weight. It's a lighter club, so I start all the ladies out with this one, just because it does help that grip. There's still stability. It might not seem monstrous like the 10-pound club, but either way, we're still going to be able to get our work. This one here, all I'm doing is doing a pullover. So I want to imagine that I'm going to take my fingers and run them through my hair. Run them through my hair. Elbow is not out here. Elbow is pointing straight forward. So all I'm doing. Essentially what we're trying to get after is pull that elbow up. I want to find that stretch, kind of get that shoulder to go back. Helping with our overhead press, that range of motion through the shoulders. That's really what we're doing. I'm not shrugging, I'm keeping that shoulder blade packed down. "90 degrees, pointing straight forward. It's not in here, it's not outside. Almost like I have a thumbs up. What tends to happen when I say pull over, because this is called a pullover, a club pullover, people go up and over, and we don't want that. I want to pull this elbow straight back and pull the club straight down. Don't forget those hips. Hips have to stay active. I like to bring hand on navel, neutral chin, lengthen spine. We're going to apply 2 hands. Same thing, I still want to ring or drive the fingers through my hair. Elbow straight forward. This top one, I want to scout myself. So I want to bring them up and over. Staying active through the hips. 90 degrees, 90 degrees. As I switch up, one hand at a time, single arm, hips embrace, shoulders down, lengthen spine, neutral chin. Controlling through that shoulder, keeping those shoulder blades packed down. Two hands. If it's on my left side, left hand on top. So let me show you the difference between that 10-pound club. The weight really wants to go this way, that way, forward, around. I have to stabilize through the wrist, to the elbow, to that shoulder, to my spine, really down to my core, to my hips, my feet. So I haven't even moved yet. I don't know if the camera can see that, but those finer muscle fibers are having to work. That recruitment is going on. So the same thing. I have to be even more stable because I've only added 5 pounds. Two hands. If it's on my right hand, right hand's on top. Hips are still active. Breath is still active. Dropping the shoulders, always coming back to that starting position. I'm really gripping, squeezing those pinkies. I feel my lats firing off, biceps are firing off. I'm getting a good sweat and I'm barely even moving. I'm creating tension. You can do these from standing, but since we're in a half kneeling position, you're still going to reap the benefits from it, where it's getting a little bit more hip stability. So we're using 2 clubs. We're going to start out with the 5-pounders. These are called bat wings. Pull over. I'm going to open up my elbows, squeeze my shoulder blades together, and pull straight down. So I want to draw those katanas and pull. So we're going double pullovers, to a side pullover, going one direction, and then we can go the other direction. So I'm opening up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. My elbows have not moved. My wrists are the only guys that are moving. I'm drawing them back. Active abs, proud chest, shoulders down, neutral chin, active hips. Same thing, other side. Finding full control through those scaps. I can even feel my grips starting to fire off. Going in both directions. Perfect. So with the 10-pound clubs, it's a little bit easier. It's good. I love doing one-handed stuff, but 2-on-1 is a great way just to start everyone out. If you only have one club, there's a lot of presses we can do to not only still target those shoulders, grips, elbows, we're also activating that chest in there. We can add rotation into that press. So we can add all these movements and piece them together. Hitting all our landmarks. Staying tight. Owning those movements. The more we learn, the more we can add. And what I do on one side, I have to do on the other. Switching those grips out. Always starting at the hip. I'm not shrugging. Drop. Lengthen that spine. Pull back in. When I pull from here, this lat is really hips are still active. I'm still bracing. I can do this stuff from kneeling. I can do it from a standing position. I can do single-handed if I want to. Up and over, adding that rotation. Come learn with us. Connecting the dots, putting these puzzle pieces together. Taking an unconventional approach to our fitness journey. Sweating it up, haven't even moved. Love you guys. Join us. Join the movement.